Rev up your engines!
The great man says, Scotty, you should get a new Lexus. No, I'm too cheap. I never buy new cars. It's a waste of money. There are so many good, especially here in Texas. There's so many good used cars around. Why would I spend that kind of money? I'll give you an example. My own personal cars. I'm not talking about cars I bought for my wife who always wanted nicer cars. But my own personal cars. I've been driving cars for 50 years, okay? And in those 50 years, I've spent less than $5,500 for every car I ever bought and drove myself. So that's not that much money for 50 years of driving cars. Video I'm making about, why not to buy some of these used sports cars. One of the worst rated one was a Mercedes that they averaged $14,500 a year in maintenance costs if you keep them for a bunch of years. And that's 1 year maintenance costs. I've been driving cars for 50 years and I've spent, $5,500 or so buying every car I ever bought. So I'll never buy a new car. I'm too cheap. Too cheap. Now, if somebody gave me one, sure, I'd take it, As long as there was no strings attached, I had to lie and say, this is the best car in the world, blah, blah, blah. I don't do that kind of stuff, so I doubt if anybody will ever give me a new car. I don't care. I already have. We got 3 cars here, and there's only 2 people. The kids are gone. They all got their own stuff, so... Escalatitude said, good evening from Singapore. Well, it's evening there, huh? My daughter-in-law's from Singapore. Nice people. Hard workers, too. What do you think of the new Toyota Supra GR with automatic transmission? Are they good like other Toyota cars, like Corolla and Camry? Okay, the new Toyota Supra is basically a rebadged BMW Roadster. They got BMW engines, BMW transmissions. They're high-end cars. I mean, they just came up with them this year, so it's a deal. Nobody knows how they're going to last and stuff. But they're not really a Toyota. It's a deal they got going with BMW. And they can say all they want that, oh, well, they're a little bit different. I mean, they're made in Austria. They're made by BMW. They're basically BMWs, just like the other Toyota sports car. It's a Subaru. It's made in the Subaru factory by Subaru, but they put Toyota emblems on them. So if you like BMWs, yeah, you might have fun with the thing. They're cool-looking cars, but it has nothing to do with the old Supras. It's a completely different thing. Batical Outlook says, hello, Mr. Kilmer. Are PT Cruisers good cars? No. Yeah, it's a Chrysler product, and they're all made in Mexico. They were cute cars, granted, and they sold quite a few in the beginning, but they blew head gaskets like no tomorrow. Their automatic transmissions were garbage. Every customer I had ended up hating their vehicle if they kept it for any length of time. And some of the ones that didn't ask me ahead of time and bought them used, they were kicking themselves too, because after so many miles, the engines would blow head gaskets, the transmissions would go out, the air conditioning systems would break. They were very cheaply made cars. They look cool and stuff, but really... yeah, and they were relatively heavy for their size, so they weren't that fast either. They really didn't have much going for them except the way they looked. We call those lawn ornaments. You can park them on your lawn and look at them, Feroy Fernandez, I have an '05 Tundra. When I press the gas, it makes a high blowing sound. What could it be? Okay, whenever you get a noise when you press the gas, you got to realize that something going on inside the engine when it gets acceleration. A lot of times, it's internal to the intake manifolds. A lot of them have plastic intake manifolds. And when you step on the gas, you hear a blowing noise. It's the air being sucked through a throttle that maybe the throttle's got a little carbon buildup, and so it's going to have a little bit of a dimple in it. When the air goes over, it's going to make noise. Also check for any kind of possible vacuum leaks that... you hear it because it's starting to suck air. Check for that first. I got a video finding engine vacuum leaks with a cigar. You can watch that and blow smoke in the system and see if there's any leaks coming out anywhere. Oscar Almanza says, Scotty, why are the Nissan hardbodies V6 less common than the 4-cylinder engines? The hardbodies, those were back in the days when they were making pretty good pickup trucks. And I had customers with them that loved them. With the 4s, they were a simple 4. Very reliable 4-cylinder engine, especially with a standard transmission behind them. Those things were bulletproof vehicles. They would go forever. They ran fine. The V6 engines, One, they cost a lot more. They get a lot worse gas mileage. They have problems more as they age than the 4-cylinder ones did. They were just regular small pickup trucks. They're like equivalent to the Toyota pickup trucks and when they were small, not the big ones today. Those people got with 4-cylinder engines too. They're looking for a little economy. They had plenty enough power to pull what a small truck could pull around anyway, so they never really sold that many of the V6s. There's probably a good reason they did too. They lasted longer than the 6s.
So if you never want to miss another one of my new car repair videos, remember to ring that bell.